So I'm looking at the water valve here from the HVAC unit, and I've actually removed it. It's not very difficult to remove. It's just held in place by a couple of plastic C-clips. So these pipes basically just push in to the valve, and then there's a little plastic C-clip which is this thing here, which you can actually just undo with your fingers, and the valve itself is just mounted to the HVAC unit with some Torx head self-tapping screws, as you can see here. So this is the water valve itself. You can see where the actuator sits, and it turns that white shaft. Now this is the valve closed. You can see the white plastic in there, and I shall endeavour to show it opening and closing in one moment. So this is the valve. I mean, it does seem pretty good quality actually. I can't see any real issues with this. I mean, you can just turn it open and closed. It basically just opens and closes. If I get it into a reasonable position, you can see there it is. It's open. Turn it all the way around and it's closed. So it takes quite a bit to actually open it. I mean, just it appears to be closed there, and it's still got quite a long way to turn. So I can't see really this being the problem with my car. In fact, I have got a video of the actuator running on my car, and when you turn the cold, the temperature adjuster to fully cold, then the actuator turns all the way one way. You turn it all the way to hot and the actuator turns it the other way. So I do have a video of that which I will include, but it does seem to me that it's absolutely fine. What I need to do next is I need to put the thing on cold and then unplug the actuator and see what happens. If the hot water still comes in, then clearly the valve is leaking in some way, but that'll have to be on the car itself. Obviously this isn't my valve, this is another valve. So anyway, that's it. So this is actually my Grenadier, and I'm looking at the left hand side front, obviously, with the panel removed. Now there is the water pipe, the incoming water pipe, and just up here you could actually just feel the wires for the actuator. Getting this panel off here is a bit more tricky because you have to remove this panel here, which involves removing half of this center console, which I will probably do at some point, but I just gave up the other day. But I put my boroscope up here and I can see the actuator moving. So what I was suspecting is that when you turn the temperature gauge all the way, temperature control all the way to cold, it should presumably closed the valve. That's what I'm guessing anyway. I mean, I don't know for sure if it does that, but it certainly moved the actuator and appeared to close the valve. And then when I turned it all the way to hot, I would expect the valve to fully open, and again the actuator moved. I'll have some video of that and I'll show it in a moment. Let's turn that back to there. Just for context, this is what I'm actually looking at the moment on the boroscope. This is the water actuator. So you can see the actuator is actually moving very slowly on command of the temperature control. So I'm just going kind of backwards and forwards, full cold, full hot. And the question is it turning the full quarter turn that's required to actually fully open and fully close the valve? I don't know. So I think that's pretty much it for this video. This is a big pile of bits now. But I'm going to make a few more videos, I think, because there's still a few questions to be answered. Not least of which, did that valve really fully open and really fully close? And is it the control unit? I just wonder if it's actually a control issue, because to me this valve seems pretty solid. I would think the whole thing seems pretty solid, but who knows, maybe there's just a variation in something. But that's it for now. Bye.